I recently did an interview with a channel called The Creator Classroom. Jennifer over there interviewed me about channel banners for YouTube. And it was an interesting conversation, so if you want to check all that out, I'm going to have it up in the cards here, all linked up for your viewing. In addition to that, I did a video on my mobile channel all about uploading your channel banner on a mobile device, how to do that, walk through that. So if you're interested in that, if you're a mobile first creator, that might be something of interest to you, so make sure you go check that out as well, all linked up in the description. But recently we had the following announcement from YouTube, courtesy of the YouTube Creator Liaison. Check it out.
Better menus, better search, better info, 400% increase, 1 billion hours a day. Now, we have one additional item. Beginning today, when you visit a creator's channel page on the YouTube app for TV, you'll see a new, more immersive layout and a design that surfaces the most relevant content and makes a subscribe button easier to smash than ever. It's already available to all creators, so if you haven't yet, get that 16:9 full bleed channel art ready, and it's rolling out to viewers starting today. All part of giving all of us more of the YouTube we love to love.
Yeah, so recently they've updated how the channel banner appears on a set-top device like a TV, whether you're using an Apple TV or some other set-top box that has a YouTube app installed. And I've checked it out, and I think we can do better in regards to how we lay out our channel, as discussed in the interview with Jennifer over on Creator Classroom. You need to keep in mind all the different devices that your channel banner will appear on. And this is just another one. And we know that it's the entire image that appears. But there's some interesting things that happen in the way that it displays your channel information, your channel name, and the subscribe button. And how the section that you might light up with your channel details or an image could be optimally placed to work on both mobile, desktop, and on TV. I've got some examples that I've pulled off some channels that have already got some existing artwork, and some work well on the TV, and others maybe just need a little bit of tweaking. All right, so now what we're gonna do is look at a few examples. Let's start with my channel, why not? Okay, you can see here, at the time that this was taken, I think I've tweaked it since then, you can see that basically the idea is it fills the whole background with your channel banner, the complete channel banner, so the whole 16:9 channel banner, not just a little strip in the middle. And you can see that they tend to line up the text to sit at the bottom of the strip with your channel profile name sort of further up, your blurb in there, your subscribers and everything, and just below that is your subscribe and the play mix button. But what else you can see here is everything that I have is framed fairly well, although the part with me and my glasses is sort of cutting off by the text a little bit. So what I might do is try and bump myself and the text right just enough so that it still fits the mobile view, but also works for this view. Let's go check a few more out and give some critiques, as we say. All right, the next one is Daniel Batal. Just went with Daniel's channel because he's a cool dude. His channel banner's set for definitely for desktop and mobile. You can see that on TV, his image and part of the text, the descriptive part of the channel banner is being covered up. Ideally, if you wanted to lean in towards optimizing for TV, you'd probably want to bump it again to the right and frame up with like a right justified setting that will work with mobile and TV at the same time. So you can see there's some cutoff there. All right, let's look at the next one. All right, the next one here is the Creator Mix channel. Now, they've got a really cool sort of all expansive look for their TV banner, and that works quite well. Their Creator Mix logo sits front and center in the middle of the thing. Now, the text and the TV layout works well with that, so I probably wouldn't want to change much of that. You can see there's nothing getting covered up. And one thing you might notice, you can sort of start to see it on this one, you might see it in others that have like a brighter background, is that this left part with the text and everything that the TV's putting on has a bit of a shade, a bit of a like it's not 100% opacity. It's got some fade between black and clear. Everything on the right hand side is definitely clear, shows the entire channel banner through. So that's another interesting one. I probably wouldn't do too much with the Creator Mix one. All right, here's a really cool one. This is Brian G. Johnson. I like this one a lot because it doesn't lean into the typical channel banner, although his message that says amplify your message fits perfectly in for mobile and desktop. And obviously his face will also, because of the positioning of the body, is in that middle strip. So that works for those. But it also works mostly for TV as well. There's a little bit of coverage on the yaw in the amplify your message, but by and large it works quite well. The focus of course of all those lines and the ink blots and everything is Brian in the middle, but he's off-centered to the right, and that works really well with TV. So probably not too much to have happen to make that look really smicko for TV. I think it's 95% of the way there already, so that's pretty cool. All right, next one, Nick Dimmon's channel. Now you can see Nick definitely has gone with the classic strip in the middle for desktop and mobile. Now everything where it's positioned, because he has already justified his face and YouTube and video tips. That's all there, and it fits really well already with where the TV profile picture, channel name, text, etc. is over on the left hand side. So it works quite well. It works quite well already. One thing you might want to do for the TV is blur the lines between those hard, even there there's a drop shadow or something going on there anyway, but there's that hard line there, maybe blend it in with the picture, maybe some AI generated artwork or something like that, just to give that backdrop a little bit more, because it's sort of like bits and pieces. I think there's like a torn sort of look in the background there. Still looks effective. I'll give this like 90% there. Okay, we're going to go into different niches now. Stay away from my friends. Okay, this is an aviation channel, particularly plane spotting, Only Planes Network. Now they've set up for the classic, we're going to put everything right in the middle so then it appears right everywhere, which in the most part does, but for TV you can see we've got a little bit of a coverage there where the gradient and the text and everything sort of covers up the actual channel logo that's on the actual banner. You know, they could probably just shrink that down, offset that a bit. They could probably even offset the plane in the background so that the plane's coming through just off-centered to the right a little bit. So a few things could be happening there to optimize that for TV. We're going to stick with the theme. We're in the plane spotting genre here. Airline videos based in LA. Very simple. They just have a basic blue background with the Airline Videos logo. Just sits front and center. Now it works. It fits there. This certainly shows off that sort of curved gradient that the TV app puts in there. That's not part of the channel banner. That's how they curve the gradient to make it sort of blend in. This is probably the best example of being able to clearly see the gradient apart from the channel banner. One thing you could do if you want to sort of suss out that gradient a bit more is maybe just upload a blank white channel banner and you can see where the gradient is. This shows it off quite well. Theirs is very minimalist, and you could probably be fine with leaving the logo centered like that because it's not in the way of any of the TV editions there. All right, I went to the StreamYard channel. I don't know. I don't think I've ever looked at their channel banner. Don't really have your standard channel banner, and I understand with the business thing, it's a promotional tools marketing. That they've just got a big broad background that says it's purple. Easiest way to live stream and record. If anything, you would just, again, offset to the right a little bit. There's not a lot else going on, so they might be able to spruce up the entire thing to be more of a channel banner, to be more effective with TV. I think this is just an image that everything was centered in the middle, top and bottom, left and right, and so that sort of worked for a channel banner. I'd probably maybe something a little bit more with the StreamYard colors, like the green and stuff, puddles, the dark, all that sort of stuff. So I'll probably just do a complete redesign of the StreamYard one. All right, this one's Think Media. So we're sort of going back to sort of genre, tech / YouTube. Clearly not optimized for this new layout because the Think Media part is covered up by the text, everything on the right. So you could probably set this up to be a little bit more offset, but still everything fits in. Obviously they want to focus on some of the imagery, their Think Media logo, and obviously the book YouTube Secrets. They want all that to be in that section where it can be seen on desktop and on mobile. So you could, do some jigging to shuffle it right a little bit to make it work on TV, as well as still fitting in all those other ones like we discussed before. I've got a little bit broader here. This is the WWE's channel, and obviously they change up their channel banner all the time. The thing they've got on there now is a banner that sort of promotes Elimination Chamber, even though Elimination Chamber, even at the time that I recorded this off my Apple TV, it was already been and gone. So they hadn't updated it for the next pay-per-view, which is, I guess, is WrestleMania. Who knows? You can see it's centered. It's definitely centered. So it's covered up on TV. Now they would be getting huge amounts of views on TV, so it might be something that they would want to look at in regards to making that optimized better, maybe using the full space a little bit more for some of that wrestling imagery. I think they could be doing a whole lot more of that, but they're going very minimal at the moment while still promoting their pay-per-views. YouTube's very own Creator Liaisons channel, who that short that I showed at the beginning of the video, he's using basically a picture taken last year, I think it was, at Made on YouTube. It's a group photo with Neil Mohan in the middle and a bunch of the creators that were there for the event. I see some of my boys in there. So basically, it's just set up to be just an image. There's no bannering or anything. It's just like, hey, I'm the YouTube Creator Liaison. Here's a bunch of creators that I've liaised with. Makes sense. I don't know if I'd need to do too much on that to optimize that for this sort of view because of the nature of the image that's being used. Obviously, at some point, Renee might change that up to something different. And I'm sure that he will optimize that appropriately because he's the one that told us all about it. We could probably go through channels all day long looking at what we can do to optimize and make them better. So when you're doing your channel banners, you want to keep in the following 3 formats in mind primarily. 1, desktop. That's the strip right in the middle. We talked about it in the interview with Creator Classroom. 2, mobile. You want to make sure that your mobile is fitting. That's an even smaller section in the middle. And then TV, which is your entire channel banner image. But keep in mind the way it presents information on the left-hand side with the black gradient. So make sure that whilst it fits all those other things, it's also fitting the TV with a slight right justification. Now, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned how to upload a channel banner from a mobile device. If you want to check that out, I'm going to put that right here. And that interview with Creator Classroom, I'm going to put that right here. This is Doug, and I'll catch you later. A big shout out and thank you to my channel members. You know who you are, and I've listed you on screen.